everyone, my name is ALEEEEEEESA with 8's, and today I'll be bringing you another 4v4 on the map. I think this is Extinction. It was one of the first 4v4 maps, and I will be spawning as the Teal Zerg. I've been playing Zerg a little bit more, just because of how strong they are in team games. My ally alone, a very good team player, is the Red Terran, and I have Gilfoy as the Purple Protoss and Perseverance as the Blue Zerg. And we actually did 4's random team, so Gilfoy is the random player that we got on our team. Our opponents are Good Game, Jincad, Pro Player, and Machiavelli. So it is a Zerg Terran Protoss versus a Zerg Terran Protoss. So mirror match, and what our goal of this game is we're just going to go for a double 10 pool from both the Zerg players, so me and Perseverance. And what we do is we 10 pool 9 gas, put 3 workers on the gas, and then when you build 3 lings, and then when you get 100 gas, I like to pull off 2 workers, some people like to pull off 3, and then we get a queen at either 15 or 13. So there's the 3, I accidentally pulled another one, and because there's 2 Zerg on the enemy team, our ally alone is going to have to go Hellions. And this is because once you get Hellion control, and by Hellion control I mean either a critical mass of normal Hellions or pre-igniter Hellions, no light units can ever touch your army. And then at that point, Zerglings are fairly good against armored units. So basically we actually scouted Good Game space, and we see that there's nothing there, so we immediately know there's a proxy, right? And then if we take a look at the production, hold on. Oh, I just pressed pause, what the fuck. Alright, take a look at the production. We do have 2 barracks coming down for Good Game and 2 gateways coming down for Pro Player. And the thing about Terran proxy is that they really need to be not scouted for a while, because Marines are terrible in low numbers and extremely good in high numbers. And so you really have to keep the Marine count low, because Zerglings, as I've recently found, are just god-awful against Marines. Even in low numbers, you really have to control them extremely well. So as you can see, there's no time for Good Game to actually get any gas when you're proxying, which means there's no attachments, so that the productions of barracks are basically halved compared to a gateway, just because of how cheap Marines are and how long they take to make. So basically you need an attachment on a barracks to basically match the production of a gateway. So that's why he has to make more barracks. And right now I'm bringing my Marines, or my Zerglings down, attacking that racks, and I don't know if he cancels it, but at this point he knows that he can't make any Marines before the Zouts come out, and that's why I'm attacking the barracks instead of the pylon, and also the pylon's basically unreachable. So right now he's got 4 gateways right here, and I don't think he's got any gas right now, so he's going to be pumping pure Zealots, and we know that we can just hold out, if we can just hold out long enough for Hellions. As you can see, Lone's going to be reactor swapping. If we can just hold out long enough for Hellions, we'll be able to win this game. And I really don't know what Gilfoy is doing. He literally has nothing in his base, and he's walling out the front, which really doesn't do anything. So anyway, Machiavelli's coming back, attacked my worker line a little bit. I think I did lose, a few workers at here. Yeah, I'm back down to, I'm back down to 6 workers, and I should be at 10. So I did lose 4 workers, but I think we have an opportunity now to, yeah, I did actually kill a few of Machiavelli's lings that were caught in the open. And when you have a larger number of speedlings, obviously you just want to kill as much as you can. So right now I'm going to Greensmill, and because he proxied, and I think I'm going to kill quite a few workers. So Green was originally at 17 workers, and now he's back at 15. I think that my army got picked off. He's doing a great little bit of worker micro. It's attacking back and forth, I did have the superior army, but Green kept getting aggro from on his workers, and that allowed Pink to actually get some hits in. But he did lose, I think, 5 workers, so not a bad trade at all. And then we do have Zealots coming to my base. I'm forced to actually run my drones away, and I think Jinhad is coming back in here trying to kill some of my workers. But these Hellions right now, this is what is going to win us the game, because no light units can kill Hellions, not even Marines if you use them correctly and you get pre-igniter. So as you can see, I really have nothing besides these few workers. And the thing about 10 pooling is that you go on such low workers the entire game that it's really hard to rebuild when you have so little to begin with. And so we have a few workers coming into Lone's mineral land, and right now basically is that what happens in these kinds of team games is that the Zerg and the Terran or the Zerg. I mean, the Zergs gets they are extremely strong early game, and that allows map control for the Terran, so that either the Terran can proxy or they can go Hellions. But the Zerg is just crippled for the rest of the game, and that's just how it is, because you need the early game map control for the Zerglings in order to accomplish a lot of things. So right now, as you can see, we do have map control. There's only 2 Zergs on the enemy team, and he's not being too successful against Gilfoy. And Gilfoy is actually getting Phoenixes, so he's really not doing anything this game. 7 minutes in, he hasn't done anything. And right now, it does look like they're going to be trying to go back and attack Lone, but he's got way too many Hellions right now, especially against Zealots. There's literally nothing Zealots can do against Hellions. It's just a fucking shitfest right there. And I think Good Game is going to try to go for my mineral line, perhaps. Really nice control by Lone, although his macro slipping a little bit, 500 minerals. It's alright though. And I think Machiavelli going to my base once again. There's no way I can save my queen, but I think he's actually not going for my queen. He's going for my hatchery, and I don't know if he gets it or not. My drones are coming back in because I know I need to save the hatchery, and I think my queen does go down, but that actually gives me long enough time for my Zerglings to pop, which will ward away the rest of these Lings that are going to die to Lone Talon. So right now, I got attacked for like the 4th time. I'm still on, what, 10 Harvesters? And Perseverance is telling Gilfoy to do something, because apparently when you get proxied with 4 gateways and 5 barracks, the best thing to do is to get 2 Stargates and expand. So Gilfoy right now taking his time, 9 minutes in, finally killing an Overlord or 2. And right now me and Lone are going to be moving in. Lone is pre-igniter Hellions are just fucking ridiculous against all light units. There's literally nothing that anyone can do about this. I mean, you can spine up, but like, watch what happens to the drones on this side. They're just all gonna instantly die, and if Lone microed it a little bit better, he could have just moved right here and just shot the shit out of these guys too. And right now, we're losing too many units, so I decided to pull back, and I think Lone was pulling back a little bit later, so he might not have those. Yeah, he might lose a little bit more than he wanted to. But right now, we are just moving to the bottom, and I killed that Spine Crawler instantly, and so the high value targets when you're going for early rushes are Spine Crawler, then Queen, and then drones. You don't want to do it the other way around, obviously. Right now, Gilfoy coming in with Phoenixes. It really doesn't matter at this point, I think. We've really crippled the green. I don't think he has any production right now. Yeah, he's actually floating to one of the bases right here. And right now, it looks like Gilfoy is Graviton lifting those roaches to try to mitigate some of the damage. I do have my Lings coming in, and I think yeah, Perseverance is defending my base while me and Lone God counter with my very small number of Hellions. I think at this point there's a massive number of Marines, and these are the only kinds of light units that do have a standard chance against Hellions. Right now we're just collecting outside the base, waiting for my army to get here, and he actually runs into a big choke and doesn't spread. And ironically, you do need to spread against Hellions as well as Banelings. So that army gets obliterated, and I think that is the last shot that they have, because Good Game has no economy, and that was his last army apparently. And I think Machiavelli just transferred. Nope, actually he lost all his workers. I think it might be to Gilfoy's Phoenixes. So right now we're just moving down, cleaning up the rest of the units, and I think it's game over. Hellions attacking Zealots. This is pretty funny. He decides to float, and at this point Pro Player is making a Void Ray and expanding here, but we scout it, so I'm just going to go for the Stargates pylon, and that would be game. There's nothing they can do about it. The Pro Player put way too many cannons at his main to actually be able to help anything. And the thing about like mass 4v4 or 3v3 or even 2v2 to some extent is that building static defense is bad. If you can only protect yourself with it, it's really bad, because then it will just 4v1 one of your allies. And so you have to be able to at least protect 2 or 3 people with your static defense to actually make it cost efficient. And so looking at Pro Player, right, he put down 6 cannons, so that's, what is that? That's 900 minerals worth of defense right here. That could be 9 Zealots. And so this may protect his mineral line, but it's not going to protect this guy's mineral line or anyone else's, and that's just going to make it really, really hard for him to actually help anyone, because he spent all his minerals on cannons and not units. So anyway, my name is ALEEEEEEESA with 8's, and I'll see you guys later. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, where you can see all my latest news and updates.